Hey everyone, bloodmako here, and this is my video for my Shiryu video for the new 6-man quest, featuring Vivi's burst and Tifa's rerun. These bosses, they are pretty tanky. Honestly speaking, considering the fact that we are just getting FR bots, these bosses they are pretty tanky. It doesn't seem so at first, considering you know, especially when you're setting up, like they seem to be dying pretty fast, and then you realize that especially if you're gonna burst with Tifa, you realize that hey, one boss is dying fast, but the other one is still pretty healthy, and that seemed to be the problem I had. And also I kinda used the wrong FR to build, in a sense. Like I used War of Light's FR and then I echoed with the rest. But on hindsight, I felt that yeah, I mean I did have a pretty decent bonus, but maybe someone like Tifa would have been a better FR option, like to use the FR itself. Simply because of how little damage bonus I get when I was in Tifa's burst. I was getting like 3 or 8%, very little. Of course, this was my mistake. I was assuming that as long as I had shields, I would actually get that damage bonus, but apparently it was applying shield. I also assumed that if you guys notice that his the soldier's aura is green right now, yeah, whenever whenever he's in that aura, that defensive stance, he actually will counter with a HP attack, and only a HP attack. There is no brave involved, so yeah, it will not build the gauge again. That's another thing that I assumed that would build the gauge, but it didn't. But these bosses, they actually took a few turns. They actually went like 2 or 3 times, and then yeah, after that, that was it. I kind of killed them. I killed one in burst, and then I went into summon and managed to kill the other. For me, the priority is actually A, because A is the more annoying one. When he's in that aura, he's in the offensive stance, he stops attacking for some reason. Offensive, but stops attacking. Okay. These bosses cannot be broken, so I think that is another one of Tifa's issue, where she can't build the gauge as fast as normal. I think this is them trying to really sell Vivi's FR. Maybe the FR that I should have ran was Neon, right? Maybe Neon's one would have been better. Oh well, because she can enchant, she can do everything. I could have just kept her on the field, and yeah. Again, it doesn't matter. I managed to clear it, so yeah, maybe you guys can just, you know, consider using that FR instead. Yeah, so basically what I did was FR and just echo as much as I can before going to the burst. Simple as that. These bosses, they're not, especially since I'm running a War of Light, they're pretty harmless. Until after I get off Raijin's core and War of Light's LD. Before that, they actually hit pretty hard, especially A. But once you get the shields up, once you get Raijin up, especially if you're not letting A take any turn, you can just put Raijin's core and you don't have to worry about the counter attacks, because he'll always be doing 0. Yeah, that's a very simple way of dealing with A. I brought Cloud Darkness because she can echo and she can do follow-up attacks. But given a choice, I would rather bring someone stronger. Yeah, I feel. And yeah, honestly, that's it for the entire fight. B, if you like B take turns, we'll drag A forward, we'll bring A forward, and he also does his 1 brave into HP. But honestly, other than that, I have no idea what else he does. He floats, and I don't know what happens after that. Also, if you notice, A is targeting Cloud Darkness, and he has that glowing icon where he's I think it signifies that he can one-shot the person. So I'm not sure if it goes through Raijin's core, I'm not sure if it goes through War of Light core, but not War of Light core, War of Light's LD. But yeah, if you see the icon, I suggest you know, play a little bit more safe. make sure that you have your defensive calls, you make sure your Aura of Light all active before letting A take a turn. Because once he goes into that defensive form, you notice that that one shot indicator is gone. So I think it's only when it's in its offensive stand. Also, calls and yeah, apparently just calls. Calls will not trigger that counter, but with Cloud of Darkness you might actually consider forcing them to do it, because as you saw, Cloud of Darkness counters the counter. So yeah, you know, that's one way of dealing with them. Off turn damage basically, because they do get their force gauge quite fast, and B cannot be defeated when the force gauge is active. So yeah, you might want to bring Neon or VV to counter to get rid of that force gauge. Yes, Neon can reduce make the force gauge disappear as well. And I think I pretty much covered everything. As you can see, I'm just using Force Echo to just, you know, get as much damage bonus as possible. Up till now, I'm still not very sure how the Force Echo works. I think it's like a flat increase to the HP damage bonus, but again, I could be wrong. I'm not sure if, like, for example, if Neon used her FR and then Vivi, whose FR conditions are very similar to hers, if she triggers it, will she get if Vivi triggers his FR Echo, will it increase the bonus more than the normal FR Echo? I'm not sure, but I don't think so. Again, I need to play around with this, because see, look at that, it's 23%, but just now Tifa's increase was 53, I think, and also Cloud of Darkness increase was also about 53, I think, if I'm not wrong. But Cloud of Darkness does the most damage in that sense, because it's an AoE and a 4 HP dump as compared to Tifa. But Tifa has the follow-ups, so you know, there's good, there's bad. And honestly, I think I'm gonna end the commentary right here. There's honestly nothing much for me to say. I went into the burst at 8 turns. Yeah, at 8 turns. I think I echoed one more time. One more round, I would say. Oh yeah, one more round, and that was it. Okay, you know what? Let's see the damage bonus from this War of Light Echo, and look at that, 73. So I'm guessing that your own Echo, you will increase it by the most, followed by Echoes that fits that condition somewhat, and then Echoes that doesn't fit any condition whatsoever. Of course, those that is instant turn and doesn't do any HP damage, I'm assuming those do more. Those increase the damage by more as compared to those that does HP. But yeah, guys, I'm just gonna end the commentary right here. There's honestly nothing much for me to add on. I pretty much covered everything. You guys just saw B bringing A forward, even though A is just taking turns immediately after that. And yeah, I hope you guys are also able to clear this. It's not particularly difficult, but if you're doing the VV challenge, and if you don't really know how Force Echo works like me, then there is somewhat of a challenge. But if you're not, especially if you're not using VV, then you can bring another FR Echo and just echo all the way. I wanted to bring Garnet. Garnet would have been amazing for this fight, honestly. She could have echoed and she could have just stay on the field and just continuously do off-turn damage. But yeah, I thought that Panello was a better choice. But yeah, I mean Panello was, because she can charge the force gauge. And yeah, if I didn't have PV, I would have brought Garnet. I would definitely have brought Garnet instead. So anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
くよ。終わりだ。手を貸してやろう。口よ。いくよ。終わりだ。手を貸してやろう。口よ。手加減なし。どきなさい。いけ。いくよ。終わりだ。手を貸してやろう。口よ。いくよ。終わりだ。手を貸してやろう。口よ。良い一撃で集中託します。これならテア覚悟終わらせてあげる。いくよ。終わりだ。手を貸してやろう。口よ。いくよ。終わりだ。手を貸してやろう。口よ。ここからが本番。沸騰。覚悟できた。限界を超える。おっ、やるからには勝たなきゃね。口よ。戦える。手を貸してもらうわ。よし、いいね。よし。断ち切る。この程度なら負けないね。口よ。追い返す時が来た。口よ。痛いわよ。いくよ。終わりだ。手を貸してやろう。やってやる。口よ。